Because coming to the hospital is a lot like landing in a foreign country, we put together some helpful tips for you. You can call it the Lonely Patient's Guide to Hospital Land. So let's talk about the inhabitants. First, we all look the same. I dress like this, and you look like this. Because we all wear greens and white coats, we all look the same. So look at our name tags. They'll tell you who we are and what we do. We speak our own language, just like any other country. So we have some words that mean many things, just as in Hawaii, aloha means hello, goodbye, you're welcome, and I love you. We have a word called rounds. So when I go around and see my patients in the hospital, I'm doing doctor's rounds. When all my colleagues come together to talk about one patient or for education, we call it grand rounds. When the whole team on the ward is talking about all the patients on the ward, we call it team rounds. And when I go to radiology and try to get some help interpreting a CT scan, but everyone's on coffee break, we call it brown rounds. We also speak in code, and every hospital has its own code. A code blue is obviously a cardiac arrest, but a code red could be a fire, and a code yellow could be pee on the floor, so you better watch out. The inhabitants have funny customs, so as soon as you arrive, we'll put on a wristband with your name, your birth date, and some crucial healthcare information, including the name of your attending physician whose name you may not recognize. If you have allergies, we'll put on a brightly colored band on another wrist, but don't mistake this as an all-inclusive resort. In some countries, a 5-star resort is really a 3-star. But as soon as you stop vomiting up the hospital food and complain that it's only 2 stars, your doctor will think you're nearly normal and ready for discharge. In 5-star resorts, you'll have a nice fluffy robe so you can go to the pool. In the hospital, we have a specially designed gown that will keep you very well covered from the front. As you walk down the hallway, you may come across a wall of binders, and one has your name on it. This is the means by which healthcare providers communicate to one another, and of course, we're writing in our own secret language. But if you'd like to read that information with your doctor, don't hesitate to ask your attending physician. It's really important that you are well informed and that you remain in control. Informed consent requires that you have enough information, but it also requires the patient to be able of understanding that information. So in some medical conditions, we don't have the capability or the awareness to understand, and we need to know who decides for you, and it's best with someone you trust. Although I live in hospital land now, I made a brief visit when I was 10 years old. I had a flare-up of rheumatoid arthritis and was hospitalized on the pediatric ward for 2 weeks. It was a scary experience, and I had a lot of uncertainty and discomfort, but I was put at ease by the nurses and doctors and healthcare providers that really cared for me, and cared for me as a real person and listened to my needs. We want you to have that same type of experience, because we do care about your well-being.